£20 million we'll spend over the next few days to roll out the red carpet and the red arrows for President Trump. But is it money well spent? Is it right? Have we gone too far? Stewart in Lancaster, you're on the radio. Stewart, what are you going to tell me? Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Nick. Thanks very much for taking my call.
Good to have you on, sir.
Thank you very much. Nick, I'm a little bit disturbed. I think you're a little bit of a sycophant towards Mr. Trump. It's a little bit concerning. Are we actually doing the right thing? Yes, I agree that we should have diplomacy and that we should actually have some sort of relations with our greatest ally, the United States. But should we be rolling out the carpet for a guy that's actually implicated in one of the highest profile paedophile rings that that the world has seen? Should we be rolling out the red carpet for him? I don't think we should be. You've only got to go back to less than a week ago that while everybody in America and the world was talking about Charlie Kirk being assassinated, the Republicans, obviously Trump's party, slipped through basically a tabling of the Epstein files to vote down against obviously releasing the Epstein files on the very same day. So has everybody forgot about the Epstein files?
Question, sir. If he is actually, because there are suggestions, and we know that he had met with the dead paedophile, if there was anything that actually took place that involved Trump, do you not think we'd know about it by now?
I don't know, because I think it's all been suppressed. I think it's been suppressed. I think it's been redacted. I think it's actually, I think there's people in America that actually know about it, but it's obviously not been put out to the press, has it?
Okay.
Any suggestion of it being put out in the press is being suppressed, as we know yesterday, by the $15 billion lawsuit that is issued with the New York Times.
Lastly, then, allowing for the fact that this trip will create jobs and will protect jobs, perhaps as many as tens of thousands of jobs. And I'm asking you, I'm not criticising, I'm genuinely asking, do you put principles before practicality and you don't protect jobs and you say to the US President, sorry, with your rather grainy past, you can't come to London? I'm asking. I'm not criticising you, I'm asking.
I think that's a great thing if it comes off. But we have, there's ifs, buts and promises there, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? Unless there's, let's think about how Donald Trump does his deals. How does he do his deals? It's like it's a verbal contract, isn't it?
Yep.
And the guy is a business owner throughout history, hasn't really got a very good track record, has he? Let's be honest. How many businesses is he bankrupt?
I'd be $1 behind him. Yes, you're right. He's had some pretty spectacular failures, but my God, he's had some spectacular successes. And when I lived and worked in the United States, the Trump organisation then was gangbusters. It had Trump Tower and it had everything else. But you're right, as with a lot of successful businessmen and women, they have spectacular failures as well. Stuart, I have enjoyed our call. Thank you. Have a good one. It's principles over practicality, isn't it? It's whether you look the other way for whatever he might, and I'm not in one way suggesting anything inappropriate has gone on involving the President and Jeffrey Epstein, not suggesting for a second that he's been involved in any of that, but do you look the other way? Ashley's in Beaconsfield. What sort of welcome should be provided for Donald Trump in your view, Ashley? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. I think Donald Trump should be welcomed here with open arms like he is doing. I think the mayor is extremely misguided. As always, actually. And I don't think anyone does more to fan the flames of division than the Mayor of London himself. So for me, I think he should absolutely be welcomed here. I think if you look at the tech deal that's already been agreed, and he's not even reached Windsor Castle yet, it makes absolute pragmatic sense for him to be so. And I think the Mayor should focus on improving London, which, by the way, is an utter misery to live in and to commute in and out of, Nick. I think it's ridiculous.
Just as I appreciate you're in Beaconsfield, and many of my listeners don't even possibly come to London, but I have never known the city now to move as slowly and there to be such level of discontent. It's quite extraordinary.
It is, Nick, and I have the misery of commuting into London 3 times a week to get to my offices. Last week I couldn't do so, neither could my staff, because of the strikes, which he did absolutely zero to solve. A
34-second address to City Hall. That's all we heard from the London mayor.
Precisely. And I think, Nick, we can go back over even the last 2 months at City Hall where Susan Hall held him to account over gangs in London.
Yes. This is the idea of child grooming gangs you're talking about. And, it was front page of the Express yesterday. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, I think she asked him the question maybe 8 or 9 times, and he refused to answer the question, and he tried to make her out to be a really bad person for asking the question. He is utterly incompetent as a mayor, and he is wholly unjust in his comments, and I think he should focus on London.
Nicola in Watford, are you welcoming Donald Trump to this country? Good morning.
Hi there, Nick. Good morning. Long-time listener, first-time call.
Oh, lovely to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. I'm a big fan. I have mixed views on Trump. I mean, I'm quite livid because I turn 50 next year. And I was so excited to go to New York. I wanted to take my family, but I'm not going to go. I'm going to Madeira instead.
No, Nicola,
I know,
why?
because I just don't love him. I mean, I don't hate him. I think he's a powerful figure. And I think if he's on your side, then you stand a good chance. But I just think he's dubious. He's taking America down a rabbit hole. I've always thought of America as a
But why
big
let
friend,
your
a big
personal
ally.
enjoyment be spoiled and that of your family? Have you been to New York before?
I have, but I was about 8, so I'd like
Okay.
to take my family. My family have never been.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I just didn't want to really make that country a little bit richer when I can give it to someone else's country whose maybe leader is a little bit less dubious.
I've been to both places, the Empire State Building, Rockefeller Plaza, the Statue of Liberty, for basket rides down Madeira. Are you sure, Nicola?
When I went to New York when I was 8 or 9, I was with my mum and dad and brother, and we drove through a bit of an unsavoury area, and my mum was petrified, and we saw prostitutes on the street. So I'm thinking maybe we'll go somewhere a little bit upper class.
Well, you don't have to drive through those bits of Manhattan. You have children?
I have one daughter, Darcy.
May I ask her age?
She's 14 and a half.
When you told your 14-and-a-half-year-old daughter, Darcy, sorry, we're not going to Manhattan with Saks and Bloomingdale's and Macy's and Rockefeller and Radio City, we're going to Madeira with a statue of Cristiano Ronaldo, how did your teenage daughter respond?
She's just happy to go anywhere with a swimming pool, so she's quite easily pleased.
Well, you may as well go to Centre Park then. We can solve it all.
That's true. It's expensive, though.
Great talking to you. Have a safe trip, however it goes. Happy birthday. Big landmark birthday. Gosh, you sound, by the way, about 35. I would never have put you at 50. I hope it goes well. Bill in Hounslow. What welcome should be afforded, or have we got the right welcome for Donald Trump? Good morning.
Morning, Nick. How are you doing? All right?
I'm all right, sir. Yes, everything's
good. I would like to say congratulations on your recent wedding.
Thank you. She's a very lucky woman. We all agree.
All women are lucky, mate. Now, Nick, I'm just wondering, these protesters about Trump.
Yeah.
I wonder, since he's become president, how many have visited America for a holiday? And how
what an
many?
Interesting question.
Yeah, and how many will be going to America while he's in power? How hypocritical can they be to go to a country where they hate that man so much, and yet they're spending money in his country?
What a good question. What would you say if someone is turning up to Windsor or wherever else they want to protest, and in fact they've got a holiday planned for Florida? What would you say to them, Bill?
Hypocrite. Hypocrites. It's as simple as that, Nick. I mean, you can't. Look, I can't understand why the people in this country hate Trump so much, and yet we've got Starmer ruling our country as far as I'm concerned, and there's no protest. Well, there is protest. They're going to one on Saturday, but I just can't make out how people could be so hypocritical to go and visit America.
You know, lastly, these raids by what's called ICE, this is the organisation that picks up illegal immigrants. And the president has said, I don't know, the president said last month there were no illegal migrants entering the United States. Now, I doubt that's true, because by its very nature, I'm sure some people crept over the border, but we're not talking about thousands. We're having the problems with one in, one out. He's a man who can get things done.
He definitely is a man that can get things done, and I really, truly wish we had somebody running this country, not him, but like him, somebody that will get things done, that will do things that the people of this country want, Nick. I mean, there's people on that rally on Sunday, they're not all far-right racist folks. I mean, there was doctors on the marches and everything like that. You know, it's just unbelievable how you keep getting tarred as being far-right because you're concerned about the future of your country and your children.
Totally agree with you, Bill. Dwayne in Lewisham. Dwayne, have we got the right level of welcome? Good morning.
Hi. To be fair, Okay, I don't really care, but no.
Why is it wrong, would you say, sir?
Because I just disagree with him being president entirely. I think he's an idiot. But can I just quickly, really quickly
Quite a
say...
successful idiot then, isn't he, when you think about it?
Yeah, he is, because the people that voted for him are bigger idiots.
77.5 million idiots living in the United States of America, Dwayne.
Yes, 25% of which are illiterate in some way. But anyway, the reason why I called is to fact check.
Sorry, sir. How do you know that?
I googled it. So the reason why I called is to fact check. Yeah, must be. The reason why I called is to fact check where you wouldn't.
I like you already. You're a good bloke. You chuckle a lot. I like you, Dwayne. What are you going to tell me? Come on, tell me something interesting. You see, I love Dwayne. He just laughs. It's great.
Yeah, it's all a bit of fun. No, so the guy that called up.
Not a lot to laugh about in Lewisham. Let's be honest about it.
No, the guy that called up, he was saying that most of the people that went to protest against Donald Trump were probably going there for holidays, and you said that's a really interesting point.
Well, he said some of them would be there running around with banners saying "Stop Trump" and then possibly jumping on planes to Miami. Possibly, yeah, he's right.
No, cool. I get it. However, it's also correct to say, because it's kind of hard to prove, it's also correct to say that a lot of people that would have gone to the US previously are now not going to the US because, again, I googled it, and if you look at the 1st of September, the tourism is down. Year on year, around 3%.
By how much? Do we know? Sorry, by how much, sir?
I think it was around 3.2% year on year.
Okay, right, okay.
So to be fair, it was just that got me to call up and want to fact check him.
Okay.
But other than that, Trump's an idiot. Yeah, 100%.
Lastly...
Like, drink Dettol, what are you talking about?
Yes, indeed, that wasn't one of his finest moments, was it? Lastly, the trip, if you put in the RAF and the security and everything else, it's going to cost just under £20 million to welcome the president. Is that money well spent, Dwayne?
I mean, as you can hear, I'm not a Trump fan, but I suppose an argument can be made either way, because at the end of the line, you got kind of diplomacy in the sense that he's the president of another country, and you have to respect that to some level. So, yes, money well spent in that sense, and obviously if we're getting trade deals and it helps our relationship at some point as well. Whether it does or doesn't, as I said, could be argued either way, because Trump can change his mind about things. But I would say, overall, yes, it's what happens in terms of a state visit. We pay lots of money for these random things, where a lot of it, I think, is unnecessary overall. But I think we can't just not do it for Trump and do it for other people.
Enjoy speaking with you. Look after yourself down in Lewisham. Thank you.